All right, so this morning we are going to do some yoga. The theme for the month is surrender. It's everywhere, it's all around us. It's happening in the trees, in the soil, in our subtle body. It's happening everywhere. So it makes sense for this month to be the theme of surrender. And today we're doing a standing practice focusing on the hips, which is also all about surrender. The hips are like the basement where we tend to put all our boxes of things we don't know quite how to handle, or in our garage or in our loft or wherever we put the things we don't know, we haven't got a place for them yet. Hips to me are that place on our body. So a hip practice can be quite a strong experience when the time is right for your body and your body wants to go there. So we're going to just do 30 minutes of hips this morning with a little bit of a bow to the seasons and acknowledging the cyclical path that our lives and our awareness goes through. So bringing your arms down to your side, let's take a moment to just move from one foot across to the other, shifting our weight. And you'll notice as you do that the area, the pivot is really the hips. It's the hips that sweep from side to side, and then everything else kind of ripples from that fulcrum, that midpoint. Okay, and then let's start to circle the hips. So quite slowly, notice how that gives you awareness around your lower back. There's a lot of a yoga practice is about just being aware, allowing yourself to feel. So allowing yourself to feel the physical body, which might make it a little bit easier to allow yourself to feel the emotional body, circling the other direction. So it's less about being in your head and thinking about what you're doing, and it's more about sensing what you're doing. Okay, and then from here, if there's anything else you'd like to circle, maybe your shoulders, maybe your wrists, your hands, maybe your arms, or maybe your head, you feel into what is wanting to circle for you this morning as you wake up. So I've got a little tinge of chilliness in my hand and in my toes. I'm quite looking forward to moving. Let's come up to the front of the mat. Soften your knees and bring your arms down to your side. And we'll go into a classical salutation, start to warm our hips up. So inhale, reach your arms up overhead. The quality of the breath really guides the quality of the movement. So really listen in, Ujjayi breath as you exhale and fold. Let's just come halfway. Maybe you're going to bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale a little lift and exhale a deep fold. Inhale a little lift and exhale a deep fold. Inhale a little lift. And this time as you exhale, let your hands drop down towards the floor. And we'll take a few breaths here. You might swing from side to side. We're not in any rush to get anywhere. So use every moment, fill every moment with a deep breath. And at 6:30 in the morning, you definitely might feel the need to have bent legs. You don't have to have anything straight at any time. Inhale as you lift your gaze. And as you exhale, we're going to step the right leg back. And we'll drop the knee down to the floor. If you don't like knee to the floor, then by all means keep it up off the floor. And let the hips become heavy. Rock a little bit forwards and back, maybe a bit from side to side. You might actually get a blanket, put it underneath. And then inhale, press through that front foot, reach the arms up. Let's get the fingertips high. And then with the fingertips lifting us high, sink the hips low. Hands to the floor, stepping back, and we'll bring our knees together down on the ground. A little moment, well, as big as you like moment, for cat and cow. Well done. And then walk your hands forwards, lower your hips down towards the ground. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Let's take the smallest, babyest cobra as you inhale and lift. And exhale as you come down. Inhale as you come up. And exhale as you come down. And a third time. Inhale. And exhale. Press down through the hands. Sit back on the heels. Inhale as you come to a high plank. Exhale to a down dog. And we're going to take a little while here in down dog to explore. I really recommend playing with bending the knees and feeling how you can create more space through the spine. And then playing with dropping the heels towards the floor. And then lifting your gaze as you inhale, stepping your right foot forward, dropping the back knee. A moment to explore. There's huge amounts of movement here in the hips, so just exploring bringing your hips forwards. And then inhaling, arms up. Fingertips lifting you up tall, hips dropping you down low. Hands to the floor, stepping your feet together. Inhale as you look ahead, and exhale as you fold. And inhale as you come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Lift the heart. Be aware of what's happening inside in the pelvis, Mula Bandha. We're going to step the left foot back this time, dropping the knee down once again. Let's take a little twist here. So left hand can stay down on the floor, right hand can rise. Drop the hips low. Let's play with bringing that hand to the small of your back. So it's as if the weight of this hand on the small of your back pushes your hips forwards a little bit more. Inhale, reach that right arm up. Exhale, bring your hand down inside that front foot and walk the foot over towards the edge of the mat, looking ahead. We'll just let the hips go heavy here. Your toes might point slightly out to the right. And then glide your sitting bones back. Turn the toes to point up. As you take a little runner's stretch. And for me, there's a relationship between the pressing down of that front heel and the drawing back of the sitting bones. Inhale as you come forwards. Bring that foot into the center. We'll go the other way, so the right hand stays down and the left hand rises. And perhaps the hand comes to the small of the back, maybe it stays high. Let the hips lunge. Listening to the quality of your breath here. And then releasing the hands, both hands come down. And inhale, reaching both arms up. And exhaling, hands to the floor. We'll bring our knees back together. A little moment of circling the hips here. Changing direction. Lowering yourself down to the ground. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears and gently coming up into a cobra. And exhaling as you come down. We'll do 2 more. They might be very slightly more ambitious than the first ones we did. And the heart is pulling forwards. So the spine has plenty of space. And a third time, cobra. Sit back on your heels. Inhale as you come up to a high plank. And exhale to a down dog. An exploratory down dog. Breath, movement, curiosity. Inhale as you look ahead and step that left foot forward between your hands. Drop that back knee. Taking a little moment. And we'll let the right hand stay down. We'll bring the left arm up. Maybe it comes round to the back, to the small of the back. And the hips come further forwards. Listening for the sound of your breath here. Inhale, releasing that arm, bringing it down on the inside of your foot. Let the foot walk to the edge of the mat, perhaps the toes point out. Looking straight ahead and taking some breaths. And slowly letting the connective tissue within the body just adjust and settle and find its gliding, silky quality, which isn't always there first thing in the morning. And then moving the sitting bones back, keep that front foot down as the heel stays grounded, the toes will point up. Inhale to look ahead and exhale, a little bit of a fold. Can you hear the rhythmic sound of your breath? It's quite a soothing part of the practice to actually hear the Ujjayi breath. And coming forwards, walking that foot back into center. And this time the left hand stays down, the right hand rises. Maybe the hand comes to the small of your back. And both hands come down. Inhale as your arms rise. Exhale, hands to the floor. Stepping your feet together at the front of the mat. Inhale, a little lift, a little wriggle, a little bounce, and an exhale, deep fold. If you want, you can walk your feet a little further apart, fold your arms and head. And then uncross the arms and slowly make your way back up. Inhaling your arms up high. And exhaling, hands to heart. And we'll go again. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, pick up the right foot, step it back. This time we're going to keep the knee off the floor. So we're coming up into a little lunge. Inhale, reach both arms up. And drop the hips low. See if you can imagine drawing the knee on both legs in towards the hip. So you have this drawing into the pelvis. And then play with letting that sort of pull apart so the knee pushes away in both directions and then draw back in again. So you're really starting to feel what's going on in the hip and how alive it is. Both hands down to the floor. We'll keep the right hand down and reach the left arm up. Maybe that front knee bends a little bit more. Bring your hand down to the inside of your foot. Let the foot walk over to the edge, toes pointing out. And then settle yourself as you look ahead and drop your hips low. We're starting to come in towards lizard pose. So for some of you, you might want to come down onto your forearms There are days when I do, there's days when I don't. Either way, try to keep looking ahead if you can, as long as that's not creaking the neck and everything's happy in your neck. You might find that the foot wants to curve out onto its edge, its little toe edge, and then the knee really drops out to the side. And then returning up onto your hands. And we'll walk that foot back into center. This time the left hand can stay down and the right hand rises. Just see how that feels. You can place your hand at the small of your back if you prefer, or keep it lifting. And then both hands back to the floor as you step back into a high plank. Pause, let everything rearrange. And for those of you who love a chaturanga, you can add that or just drop your knees, lower yourself down. Inhale as you come up. And exhale as you come back into a down dog. Have a nice little wriggle, a breather. Just enjoying the blood flow going up to your head. So good in so many ways. And then right leg can rise up behind you. Try to keep your legs straight if you can. I know mine aren't always, but I try. Bend that top knee, swivel the hips. Inhale, return to a three-legged down dog. And exhale, look ahead as you sweep that foot forward, coming between your hands. And take a while. There's no rush to go anywhere. We'll start with the left hand staying down, right hand rising. And then bring the hand on the inside of the foot. Foot walks over to the edge. Toes point outwards. Looking ahead, drop the hips low. It's very common for one side to feel very different to the other. And so you might come down onto your forearms, or you might not. I'm not going to on that side. Try to keep looking ahead if you can. Then walking the foot back to center. We'll keep the right hand down, reach the left arm up. How's your breath doing? And then bringing your hands back. Find your stability as you inhale and come up into a lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor. Stacking your feet together at the front. Inhale, a half lift, and exhale, a fold. Let's take our hands to our waist, soften our knees, and inhale as we come up. And then we're going to step our feet wide apart. Let's keep our toes pointing forwards. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, draw our elbows back behind us. Inhale as you lift your heart. And as you exhale, forward fold. Bringing your hands together behind your back if that feels comfortable. You can interlink your fingers, press the palms away. Drop the chin towards your chest. And play. And then releasing your hands down towards the floor. Turn the toes out slightly, and we'll just rock from side to side, bending one knee, and then swaying across to the other. And you might walk your hands from one side to the other. See if you can get the hips low. And then square the feet so they're parallel once more. Bring your hands to your waist, soften your knees, and inhale as you come back up. And we'll step our feet together. Bring our hands together. A moment to notice how that feels. Namaste.